So a lot of the times too, and this is the reason why I don't really watch a whole lot of, I don't really watch other influencers because they just repeat other stuff people say, right? So like for example, with the tofu, where people will say, "Oh, well, tofu, you should avoid it because it's high in estrogen." So like the implication is like you should avoid, it's gonna make men have high estrogen, and it's gonna lower your testosterone and give you man boobs always. There's no scientific data behind that, but it's a thing people commonly say. But when you look at the data and the research, it shows that that's actually not true. And the estrogen molecule that's in something like tofu is a phytoestrogen. And phytoestrogen is pretty much in all plant-based foods, but it's a plant estrogen molecule. It doesn't affect the hormonal profile of mammals, right? So there's a conversion issue. And phytoestrogen actually helps to regulate or block excess mammalian estrogen, right? So there are benefits that shows that something like tofu is actually protective against certain sex-based cancers, for example, breast cancer, right, or prostate cancer, right? And then the thing you also run into about if you're going to say, oh, well, you should avoid tofu because of the estrogen, well, what about all the other plant-based foods that also have phytoestrogens? And then, if you're going to be in a men's health magazine saying that, well, what about beer? Because beer is made from hops, and hops are even higher in phytoestrogens, right? So, it's just these things that people say. Now, when it comes to oats, people will say, oh, well, the oats is of the herbicides and things. So as far as the oats, people will say, well, you should avoid the oats because of the pesticides like Roundup or glyphosate or whatever that's used, right? So it's like, well, if that's your concern, then just make sure that you get your oats from farmers that are not using glyphosate on their oats, right? And this is a thing you can look up online to see. There's third-party testing and things like that. But also, interestingly enough, the data shows that the soluble fiber, or just the fiber in general, in oats actually binds to heavy metals, microplastics, and these pesticide molecules, and they bind them up and actually removes them from your body through your fecal matter. So you can actually decontaminate your body of these different pesticides with oats, right?